What's good with y'all boys? It's Ricey and we back with another video. And for today's video, I got y'all boys a one tip versus every hero on Ironfist. This video took me a while to make because I honestly got kind of lazy, but now I got y'all boys with a couple good tips in this video. And if you do enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Also follow the YouTube and the Twitch if you ever do want to catch me live, chat. So with this guide, we're gonna start off with Vanguards, go into Duelists, and then go into Strategists. Yeah, hopefully I give y'all boys some good tips, and yeah, let's get right into the video. Alright, to start off the video, I wanted to give a tip on Hulk. And with Hulk, you have to be careful because he has a stun. Use the stun real quick. And this stun can really mess you up because he can instantly one-shot you out of it if he gets his team on top of you. So what you want to do is whenever you see him charging it up, or whenever you just get into his face like that, you can instantly block it. So just be careful with that and always try and block Hulks whenever they jump into your face, because it is pretty easy to block it. You just gotta kind of be fast and look for the animation like that. Alright, so for the next hero we have is Doctor Strange, and this tip is very simple. You just basically punch through the block. So all you do is you can just walk into his face and punch through his block like that. You can also do this while he's flying, but you got to be careful since you can't auto track through the shield. So you'll have to use your triple jumps wisely and be able to like get behind the shield like that. You can also do the same with his empowered form by punching through the shield and climbing up like this using your triple jumps. This is really good for securing kills on Strange because he likes to run away a lot. Alright, so the next character we have is Captain America, and with this character you gotta be careful because you cannot punch through his shield. Hold shield real quick. So whenever you're 1v1ing him, he can just hold his shield like this and basically take no damage. So just be careful with that. The only way you can actually give him damage is if you go behind him or go above him. So just be careful with 1v1ing Captain Americas, because most of the time they can win that 1v1 if they're holding your shield up for a long enough time. Alright, the next character we have is Groot, and with Groot it's pretty simple to counter him since he can't really stop an Iron Fist. You kind of want to play above him, so whenever he drops a wall, you can kind of just jump above the wall, and then he can't really run away from you. And then also in your empowered form, you do shred him faster. So yeah, be able to shred him like this, chat. He basically can never win a 1v1 against the Iron Fist as Groot. Alright, and the next tank we have is Venom, and with Venom, honestly, his kit is kind of hard to counter his Iron Fist, since if you try and punch him, he can just run away with his shift. Run away real quick. So you can't really chase him, but just trying to do as much damage with your right clicks, and then whenever he gets low, you know, use your shift and then get him out of there. That's really the only way to counter Venom. Alright, so for the next tank that we have is Magneto. With Magneto, it's kind of the same exact way with Strange. Is whenever Magneto holds shield, you can punch through it. Hold shield real quick. So just get close to him and just bully him like this. But if he does hold that bubble out, make sure you get out, because he can do a lot of burst damage, and most likely his team will shred you while you're trying to punch him. So just be careful whenever he puts his shield up, because you can't punch through the shield. Alright, for the next tank that we have Thor, and with this character you kind of just want to pay attention to whenever he's charging up his thing like this, because he can displace you, as you can see. And then you also want to pay attention to whenever he uses his F, because his F can basically burn you instantly, as you can see. But if you do block his F ability, use it again. If you do block his F ability, you do get a lot of overhealth from it, so you can actually kind of live the F ability really well, chat. But be careful when you're 1v1ing him as well, because whenever he does use an ability, he can gain overhealth. Alright, so for the next character we have is Peni Parker, and I'm not gonna lie, I see a lot of people struggling with Iron Fist as when they're up against Peni Parker. And it's for a good reason. Peni Parker is kind of stupid in the way where she could just not do anything, stun you like that, and if you go into her mind, you can take a bunch of damage like that. So my thing about Peni Parker is whenever I see one on the other team, I try not to get into the little webs right here at all. You just want to play above this and just basically don't touch the ground when against the Peni Parker. You see, if I'm above her, the mines can't catch me, but yeah, she can still stun me, so you want to be safe when punching her like that. Your best option is honestly getting a teammate to try and break the mines and then going for the Peni to try and kill her. But yeah, just beware of the Peni mines, because they can easily one-shot you, and try not to play inside of the Peni mine. That's probably the best bet like you have as Iron Fist. Honestly, you can't even really break them, because if she has like invisible mines set up in here, it can still shred you. Next category we have is DPS, and we're gonna start off with Punisher because he's kind of like a decent counter for Iron Fist. All right, so the one thing about Punisher is he has the range and the close range against Iron Fist. So you want to be careful and try to sneak up on him and not let him in your sights, chat. So if you do get into his sights, he's gonna obviously switch to that shotgun and kind of just instantly shred you. All right, so with Punisher, what you want to do is you kind of want to get in his face, but instead of just instantly like trying to punch him and kill him, you want to block first and then use the combo after. You don't want to instantly just try and kill him like that, chat, because if you don't have the HP advantage, you will die every single time. Alright, the next character we have is Storm, and with Storm you gotta kind of be safe with her because she's most likely gonna be on her healers, and if you get close and she presses E, she can kind of just like shred you, but this guy's pretty bad at Storm, so he doesn't know how. But with Storm, the only way to really counter her is to like try and catch her off guard when you have your empowered form, because you can instantly shred her like this, and it's just really hard for her to hit you, especially if you're jumping around like that. So you really just want to use your movement and try and be in empowered form with overhealth to try and counter the Storm, chat. Unless, if you're not doing that, you're most likely going to lose. And also, do not die with Storm if she's on top of her healers. Alright, so for the next character we have is Hawkeye. And with Hawkeye, you kind of want to play safe and be around corners, because as you can see there, he has the range advantage. So really the only way to counter him is by getting in his face and then instantly trying to block when you're in his face. But if they miss, you kind of just fucked. But if they do hit that shot, you will gain a minimum of 100 overhealth and basically be able to win the 1v1 for free. So against a good Hawkeye, like being in their face is probably your best bet. And then you just shred them. If they jump into the air, just make sure you auto track to them and finish them off like that. But if you're not in their face, try not to block or even take the 1v1. If they're further than you, you're most likely gonna lose it. So you want to either have the height advantage and drop on top of them, or use your shift to get closer and pray to God you don't get hit midair like how I just did. Hawkeye is a hard counter for Iron Fist. Any character with range is a very good counter for Iron Fist. Never miss. For the next DPS character we have is Hela, and with Hela you want to be careful because she's kind of exactly like Hawkeye, where she has the range advantage, and if you get too close, she can use that free combo. So make sure if you're gonna get close to the Hela, make sure you're blocking so you don't get randomly head tapped, and right after, just make sure to kill her as fast as possible. I like to follow the bird instantly as soon as she uses it, because most of the time when they come out of it, their aim won't be infinitely tracked on you, and you can kind of just finish them off really quickly without them even being able to head tap. Unless you're going up against like a fucking top 500 Hela who is just God, and it's just unwinnable at that point. But yeah, if they ever pull you, or if they ever use that little bird, you can easily just auto track them and finish them off like that, chat. I ain't gonna lie, there's no tips with this nigga. Just pray to God. Yeah, no, I'm already. Alright, so for the next character we have is Black Panther, and I'm not gonna lie, this character is kind of just a pray to God you don't get one tap character. You can block through his little shifts, but still it's really hard to get close to him since he can just get away instantly basically. So my only tip against him is trying to catch him like off guard basically when he's not looking at you, or just try and block all of his cooldowns and then get out. Because you really can't catch up to a good Black Panther if they know how to use the character. And as you can see there, I did block, but he can still get through my stuff. Okay, so next character we have is Magik, and she's kind of similar to Black Panther, except she does a lot more damage and has a lot more invulnerability, chat. The best way I feel like to kill a Magik is to, whenever she uses both of her shifts, so you're punching her, she uses the shift, you always want to catch her outside of her shift, because she can't use a shift, her shift again unless she uses a move. So you can always just predict that she's going to use a move, chat. And you just want to try to do as much damage as possible in between her shifts, because she cannot do damage unless she uses one of her abilities, basically. So the next character we have is Moon Knight, and basically the only thing you want to do against Moon Knight is wait till he places his Ankh, and then hold block and finish him off. because he can't kill you through your overhealth. So you should be good as long as you block all the Ankh damage, chat. But other than that, he's basically just a free kill as long as he doesn't have Ankh, since he can't really defend himself against Iron Fist.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, so for the next character we have is Squirrel Girl, and with Squirrel Girl you just want to play safe because she does have the range advantage and she has that little ball right there, which is her stun. So with that, if you do get into her face, you want to always block the stun first and then finish her off. But if you do get hit by the stun, you can block. So hit me with the stun real quick. If you do get hit by the stun, you still can block in the middle of it and basically block the damage and then finish her off like that, chat. Make sure you play safe as well to try and kill her whenever she's flying midair. Alright, so with Black Widow, the main thing you want to do is watch out for her kick ability, because if you get hit by the kick, she can just auto track to you and kind of just finish you off. So if you do ever get hit by the kick, instantly start blocking, because 90% of the time they're going to try and finish the combo. Alright, so with Iron Man, you just kind of want to be safe, because if he does use that gamma, then he can just beam you out of the air. So you do want to use your blocks in between and try and kill him like that. But also, if he's getting healed, you're most likely going to lose that 1v1, chat. So kind of play safer and pay attention to when he's getting healed. And do not give him space. If you give him enough space, he just shreds you.
You were always. Let's go.
Alright, the next character we have is Spider-Man, and I'm not gonna lie, there is no true counter to Spider-Man. You kind of just gotta catch him whenever he messes up and he's like on the ground, and just try and get as much poke damage as possible. He's not very good at Spider-Man, but a good Spider-Man, whenever you start hitting them, is gonna just instantly get out. Alright, so with Spider-Man, all you kind of gotta pay attention to is this right click combo, because if he does hit it, it is pretty simple to kind of dodge, since you can see the little webs coming attached to you. So whenever you see webs attached to you, just instantly block and just dodge it, and basically this combo becomes useless, chat. And you get a bunch of overhealth as well. Alright, so next we have Wanda, and I'm not gonna lie, if you lose a 1v1 to a Wanda, you should not be on Iron Fist. I'm just saying that now. So with Wanda, all you basically do is chase her down as much as possible and try to auto track and get her to use all her shifts like that. Because she literally cannot kill you in a 1v1 situation. It's literally not possible unless you're just missing everything, and you shouldn't be, because you can auto track. So yeah, just chase her outside of her shifts and pray that you don't lose and she doesn't get healed. Alright, next we have Bucky, and with Bucky you can basically block everything in his kit. You just kind of want to be safe for his left clicks, because as you can see there, he can kill you extremely fast. So when you get into a Bucky's face, instantly start blocking and then try and shred him as fast as possible. With Bucky, it's okay to use your shifts to do extra damage, since he does gain that overhealth every time he uses a move, as you can see there. So being able to use your shift, not just for the kill, but for extra damage, is really good. And if he does pull you, instantly block. If he does uppercut you, instantly block. Basically block after every single ability, chat, if you have your block available. Next character we have is Star-Lord, and with this character you kind of do not want to give him the range, because most Star-Lord players are really good and they can beam your HP very fast. And really the only way to counter him is to chase him like this, and you're going to take damage if you're 1v1ing a Star-Lord. You just kind of gotta like pay attention to where he's moving, because as you can see there, he does have a lot of movement. I don't recommend using your shift on a Star-Lord either, because most of the time if you do use it, he's just gonna dodge it like that and you're just gonna die. Star-Lord is a really good counter to Iron Fist, so yeah, just play safe whenever you're 1v1 against this. Alright, so with Namor, you kinda gotta be safe for his turrets, but honestly he's a really easy kill as long as you catch him off guard. So always expect Namor to use his bubble whenever you're in his face, and try not to use any cooldowns like your shift or anything like that. And wait until he's out of his bubble to use your shift, because it's basically a free shift. Okay, next character. Alright, the next character we have is Psylocke, and with Psylocke you just want to play safe for her, because if you do get into her face, she can instantly shred you. So just get into her face and play safe. And if she runs away like that, you can instantly auto track to her and use your shift and do a bunch of damage. But just try and play safe and try not to give her like as much range, because she can shred you from a range, chat. Okay, so next character we have is Wolverine, and the only thing you gotta be careful of is his shift ability. So if he does grab you, you want to block as soon as he ends up grabbing you, and you can kind of just get out of his attacks exactly like that, chat. You want to be careful because if you don't have your shift, you're most likely gonna die if he does grab you. So just be careful when you're in a Wolverine's range that you have your shift available. I mean your block available. Alright, the next character we have is Ironfist, and with this character, you just basically try not to block first. The second you block first, the second you lose. As you can see here, like he blocked first, and I win the 1v1 because he blocked first. So if you ever want to go into Ironfist, just don't block first or you just auto lose shot. Okay, next character we have is Mr. Fantastic, and honest to God, you don't really want to 1v1 this character. He has the range and he has the like more HP than you. Like if he ever uses this ability, you kind of just want to jump around and make sure he doesn't hit you, and then after that ability you can kill him because he most likely won't be able to win the 1v1. The next character we have is Loki, and with Loki, the only thing you should really be paying attention to is his shift ability, because he's basically invulnerable in it. So if he does use the shift, just instantly break the Ankh and then try and kill him as fast as possible, because he most likely will get away with his little TP. But if you can't kill him, just try and chase him down. Try and figure out where the clone is that you can kill him. But if he does use that Ankh, just instantly break it and try and kill him during it. The next character we have is Mantis, and the one tip I can give you guys is to always block whenever you're in her face, because it does counter out the little shift stun that she has. But you gotta be careful, because if she does use the shift, it does not charge your block, so it just counts as you not being able to get hit. So she can like still kill you since you won't get any overhealth. Alright, so the next character we have is Rocket Raccoon, and honestly this is probably one of the harder characters to kill against Iron Fist, because he does have so much movement. But if you're going up against him, just always try and track wherever he's shifting, because he's most likely not gonna shoot, he's most likely just gonna shift. But if he does shoot, obviously block, and then you can kill him with your shift. Alright, so the next character we have is Cloak Dagger, and the one thing you have to pay attention to Cloak is when she uses the shift, this right click, always pay attention to where the bubble is going and chase her down like that, chat. Whenever she does use it as well, you can kind of know where she's going by the little tracker she uses. Like you can see like a little black line to show you exactly where the Cloak Dagger will be at. Next character we have is Luna, and with Luna, all you gotta do is pay attention to her right click. You can kind of tell whenever she's charging up the right click, as long as whenever you go on top of her, you just pay attention to her movements. Instead of trying to like instant kill her, just always pay attention to like when she's charging up that right click. You can always predict it by just paying attention, but if there's a lot going on, it is pretty hard to predict. Alright, the next character we have is Adam Warlock, and really the only thing you have to pay attention with Adam Warlock is whenever he's charging up, because the charge up can do a lot of damage, as you see there, but it won't one-shot you or anything. But honestly, Adam is a pretty easy kill. It just kill him, literally. Like he's one of the easiest characters to kill. Just pay attention to his soulbound and whenever he's charging up the right click, chat. Soulbound just makes it a lot harder for him to die. Next character we have is Jeff the Shark, and with Jeff the Shark, you just kind of gotta pay attention to whenever he's underground, because whenever he's underground, he does get heals, he can run up walls, and he has a lot of movement. Really the only time you can kill him is when he's outside of his form, so that should be the only time you use shift. Literally any of your abilities is when he's standing outside of the form. Because if he's under the ground, you literally just won't be able to kill him, as you can see. It's way harder. And the next character we have is Sue Storm, and the only thing you should be paying attention to her is her double jump, because if she uses her double jump, she can go invis, but if you hit her before she like finishes the double jump, you can instantly kill her. So honestly, she's probably one of the easier characters to kill in the game, as long as you predict her double jump.